Hi, crafty friends. Hold on, I think I'm too close. Let me try that again. Hi, crafty friends. It's Audra Monk, the Crafty Yogi, and welcome to the Crafty Corner. We're gonna do a little Sunday night crafting. It's gonna be super fun. We're gonna talk about coloring with Stampin Blends. Oh, I meant to bring my catalog over here to show you, but I'll just tell you when we get to that part. And we're gonna play with here's a little preview for you of a new product. All right, let me refresh so I can see if you're here. So welcome, happy Sunday night. Hope that you've had a relaxing and or what would you call it? Hey, there's some friends here. Relaxing or productive weekend, whichever one you needed. Maybe a little bit of both. That might be nice. Okay, so I'm gonna just jump right in so I can tell you about my upcoming classes. So if you find this video after November, fast forward past this class part because these will all be over. But I want to go over them real fast in case you realize you would like to take a class with me. Well, a virtual video class. But anyway, let's look down. Okay, so first up, I've been talking about the Curvy Celebrations bundle. You can order this now. Oh, look, there's ribbon under there. If you order the Quite Curvy Variety Bundle, it's $70.50. The products are discounted 10%. That will give you everything. This stamp set and curvy dies will be in the January-June mini catalog, so that is super exciting. But this Curvy Christmas stamp set and the Classic Christmas DSP will not. So this is special only for this pre-order, which is until when? I don't know. I think it's till the 30th of this month. Well, that would be something good for me to know, wouldn't it? Okay, I'm looking at it. If someone knows, feel free to comment in here. Hey, Nadine. I don't know. But anyway, for me, if you order it by the 30th, using this host code, VE7MRPUV, you can get this little card class for $10. I will send you the supplies and the envelopes, anything that's not in your bundle. So there's two cards that are, so I would send you the paper, but you're gonna die cut this yourself. The whole idea is to get you using your stuff. But I will send you this stuff and I will make a video and I will teach you how to make these cards. Okay, so that's first up. So you do have till the end of, oh, yes, hopefully you have till the end of the month. I'll have to check on the host code and get back to you just in case I messed that up. All right, so that's one. Two, banner kits, and I don't even have mine all the way put together yet. I have 3 banner kits left. So if you want a banner kit to make this really cute, look at these. Look, I made so it looks like a tree. You see that? With a little house. Cute little hearts, cute little pieces. So if you want this, there are 3 left. Get your RSVP in ASAP. Okay, and lastly on class information is my holiday gnome wreath. Look at how cute it is. So you'll get all the pieces to make this. I'll paint the little wreath white, but this guy you're gonna trace and you'll cut out and you'll glue on his little things. And then look at the cool part. If you take off the Velcro, you can have him hold different things and you will get the supplies to make these different things. So you'll have a really pretty poinsettia. Hey, Terry. There's a couple Christmas ones, super fun. I forgot to put Velcro on them. You'll get a little crab, so for all my Maryland crab friends. But there's 2 fall things. There's a leaf and a pumpkin. And then there's 3 Christmassy things. And then I'm going to use this for January. And then in January, February, we'll have an add-on kit with different things that he could hold throughout the year. Like a little bunny, little heart, things like that. I like this pumpkin. This is what I have up on my shelf right now. Okay, so then there's that. So I think I got it all. The banner, the gnome wreath, and the curvy set. Okay, so now let's talk about coloring. Okay, so this is the official part here, coloring. Let me get some blends. Okay, so our Stampin' Blends are alcohol markers. They come in a 2-pack of light and dark. I always add a little extra labels to make it easier to find them because the words are rather small, not too small, dark purple posy right there. They come in a light and dark. They don't have a special section in the catalog anymore, so they are listed under color families. Like it'll list paper, and I wanted to show you in the catalog, it'll say paper, and it'll say ink, it'll say ink re-inkers, and it'll say Stampin' Write markers if we have those, and Stampin' Blends. And these are alcohol markers. To use them, you need some Memento ink or regular ink. But if you're going to do the whole Stampin' in black and color, you need a Memento ink pad. Oh, Terry, I'm so glad you like the gnome. I like it. I think he's so cute. Okay, what else about Stampin' Blends? So I've been watching a lot of other demonstrators. So if you follow a bunch of other demonstrators, you might be like, Audra, I already know all this stuff. Well, you know, but maybe you don't. Maybe you wait for me to tell you and you're excited to hear what I got to say. So we're going to use this new set. This will be in the January-June catalog, and I love succulents. Okay, and you are going to so laugh. I'm going to actually look at where I'll tell this part. So I went on Pinterest, and I looked up succulents, so I could see the different colors they come in. But then I got distracted in a good way by reading this whole article about 7 ways to kill your succulents. Succulents are the only plants that I own that don't totally die. Well, now I have figured out that some of mine need more sun because they've grown really big and weirdly long over the last few years. So you know what it said? They're reaching for the sun. They would be little short flat flowers like they're supposed to be, but I don't have them where they get enough sun. So I might have to change where they are. Yes, so I learned all about succulents. So that was super informative. Go to Pinterest. You'll find all sorts of fun things. But I love succulents. Ooh, Emily, I like that idea of gray granite for coloring. And I don't have a sample for you tonight, but I'm working on the No Line Stampin' Blends coloring where you stamp it in like Sahara sand. You stamp it in something really light. And it's really cool. But we're going to do regular. And so let me show you a little bit what comes in this set, and then we're going to color just a little bit because I have learned a lot of cool tips over the last couple days. Okay, so there are dies. Look at this. You can tell what color I cut that out in. I have to poke those out. There's this big die, and then there's all these small dies. The stamps are, of course, there's like none of them in there. They're red rubber stamps, which is really beautiful for getting great images. There are the big one. I like the smaller ones a little. The big one is a lot to color. Cool thing, for the small one, there are 2 dies, so you can cut 2 of those out at a time. The little pot, I adore this pot. We're going to talk about how to color a pot. And then there's a couple extras. This gives you like this aloe plant look, and this gives you this little, I don't know, little drippy bobby one. And then there's some label dies to cut out. Okay, so let me show you what some of that looks like. See if I don't drop it all. Okay, so here we go. So here is the really big die, so I cut it out in Just Jade. It is card front size, 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, but you can snip it apart and use parts of it if you want. It's really cool. Hopefully it shows up because the lighting in here, you know, at night is not always as good. Oh, Pam, I'm glad you like the succulents. They are so pretty. Now wait till you see, wait till you see how cool I colored them. Okay, so I wanted to show you that. I don't know that I'll use this a ton, but it is very cool. Okay, look at all this fun. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I spent the afternoon coloring and playing. Okay, so here's the big one. And like I said, I looked on Pinterest, and if you have succulents, you know they come in lots of colors. So this is a really big image, and here's the cute little pot, and we're going to color a pot tonight together. So look, you could just add that to that, maybe add a little ribbon around the pot, put it on your card, and you are good to go. Look, you can build a whole little scene. So I did a stitched oval, and then I've got this pot colored slightly differently. Watch this. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have fun tomorrow when I put these all together and make them into actual cards. But look at that. So say you put the little aloe guy there, and you put the little flowing down the thing guy there, and maybe I would put the big one there and a little one here. And look at that. You could build a little scene with your little pot. So I had a lot of fun coloring them in different colors. See if I can get them all on there for you. So I thought that was really cool. And then this one, This, oh, Emily just mentioned the color Gray Granite. I like that color a lot. Well, I like all the colors a lot. But I was thinking I would come up with something with the little squares. Where's my other little square? And make some kind of cute little card. It's all going to fall apart because nothing's attached. But like that. I thought that that would be fun. Hey, Angie. I just thought they were adorable. And wait till you see how easy they are to color. And you know what? You can make them any color you want. And after looking at Pinterest, I'm like, oh, there are lots of colors that succulents come in. Okay, so there are all the fun pieces that I colored. Okay, see if I can move them out of the way and not drop them anywhere. Okay, so one cool thing I learned that I didn't know. So here's the pieces we're going to color tonight. We're going to keep it nice and simple. Oops, no, I'm going to leave it zoomed in because we're going to do one at a time. But I learned this from Patty Bennett. She said, make a color swatch. So that way when you're coloring, you can kind of know what color. So I picked the greens, and then from looking on Pinterest, I picked these as my starter colors for adding pinks or purples into, yes, Nadine, I like everything. So make a color swatch. And I thought that was a really good idea. I had not even thought of that. Normally I just line the markers up, but I thought it was really cool. Okay, so am I gonna need I'm gonna put my glasses on. Okay, so here, this size is my favorite size to color. It's not so little and it's not so big. So we're gonna start nice and easy. And one of the things I've learned, I think Patty said it and I think someone else said it, is that I learned a lot of things. It was actually kind of cool. Okay, mint. We'll just start with greens to make it easy peasy, and then we'll add some color. Where's my dark jade? Here it is. Was that if it's this small, this is what I like about this size. Take your light color. And I'm going to show you a couple different techniques. And just color the whole thing in. And then the interesting thing I learned was leave a little white. And I know some of you guys color and you've watched other people and you probably learned that already. And I had learned it, but I never really did it. I really like coloring the whole thing in. But I've noticed they do look really cute. Okay, so color the whole thing gently with the big brush side. And then go to the next color. And where it's under a petal, I guess they're called petals, under a leaf, where there would be shadow, you could do darker. Okay, so this is like one way to do it. And Stampin' Up, their artists, let me lift this up. There are little lines there. Those are little shadow lines. So that's the other place that you might want to put dark. So you could do that. Okay, and I'm all about quick coloring. I am sure you could spend like 20 minutes on this one flower and it would be amazing, right? But you could also spend like 2. And then go a little darker. So this is my third color. And since this is a succulent, I'm just giving it a little tip at the ends of the petals. Because that's kind of what they look like. And there you go. And that would be your super fast coloring. Okay, now let's try one where we go and put the dark in first and then color it light, because I watched someone else and we're gonna do this one a different color. Let's do it in mint. And that's the way she liked to do it. And I was like, oh, I like that too. But I think this might be my favorite from what I've experimented with. So succulents, though, often are very dark at the center and then they get light. They can be either way, light to dark or dark to light. So I'm going to come in here and put in the dark in all of the little creases and on those little lines. And what I've learned is there is no right or wrong way. There are just different ways. And then we're going to come in with the light. And I'm going to do the flick method, where you take the brush and flick it out. You can also do the circular method, which was my favorite for a long time, but now I'm embracing using the brush tip gently. You might leave a little white here or there. And I'm going back over. Some people say to like not go back over, which again is just another way, but I'm going back over. And then we're gonna go and tip with some light jade. So we're just slowly making your way up the greens that I got out. And I'm gonna do the very edge tips because for me, I just think that's fun. And depending on what kind of flower, you might do it differently. And then one of the cool things is you have to let it dry. I went out of the lines there a little bit. So the color lifter, which is not a huge deal, you can kind of push the color back in or lighten where it went out. And when you cut it out and put it in a thing, nobody's going to notice anyway. But it does bleed a little bit. Okay, so here's another one. So, and see how this looks more combined now that it sat there for a little while? This one will also, if we give it some time. Okay. All right, now let's try another one. This time we're going to add, I'm going to go with Posy. We're going to add Posy to the tip. Okay, so let's go with, this one's going to be even darker. Okay, so we're going to go back to the first way and put some light jade all around. And then I haven't done then we'll do a really, ooh, what other color do we have? Let me look. Ooh, let's do a spruce one next. I did not put spruce on here. It would be kind of in here. And my old olive, apparently I need to order a new old olive, I think. The brush tip was a little raggedy, probably from class. Or I have to look in my bin and see if I have another one. Okay, so here we go. What am I doing? I'm doing light jade. All right, and then I'm going to add some dark jade. And see how I left some of those like white? And at first I was like, oh, I don't know. But it's growing on me. And then you can always go back and add it too if you want. And then, especially because I like to give all the tips the dark jade. Okay, and then we're going to add some Posy. And let's see, you can, let's see, Nadine's talking about different papers. Yes. So, which paper am I using? This is just plain Whisper White. Let's see. These little ones, if I can pick one up, I did on the thick white paper. You could do it on the, oh, that was messy. What am I trying to say? Shimmer white. You can do it on vanilla. You can do it on a lot of different colors. Oh, I like that. Look at that. I've seen ads on Facebook for a Succulent of the Month Club. I think I might want to do that. I think that might be fun. Okay, and let's see if I can get rid of that little messy part I made. So you can play with different papers. I do like it on the Whisper White, but I do think it runs a little more when you get to the edges. So if you're doing really fine ones, you can't be so quick as I'm doing here. Another thing to think about, it does bleed, so make sure you have, I think only a little bit actually came through because the darker color, but isn't that pretty? Look at that one. Let's see, can you see the little bit of Posy on there? I think you can a little bit. And see how this one now has blended more in, like when you let it sit a little bit. And you can always go back and redo them. Okay, so now we're gonna go have fun and do a Posy one. And let's go with dark in the middle. Okay, make sure I got this on here so you guys can see it. So this is a great stamp set if you haven't really explored using Stampin' Blends. This would be a good one come January to do that with because it's really easy. And I know we have other flower ones. I meant to like go and look, but it has been a really busy day. And so you're lucky I got colored pieces and a bunch of things stamped out. Yeah, so, ooh, I like that. And so I'm just taking the color from the center and spreading it in. And then I'm going to tip it in whatever my next darkest color is. So I'm going to go Highland Heather, the light one. And I'm going to use the bullet tip or the pin tip. So I saw lots of burgundy-ish looking succulents, lots of purpley-ish looking succulents. Yeah, but I learned about how you can't water them too much, you can't water them not enough. And then I learned about the whole why mine look like aliens. And there is my pretty pink one. Or what is it? My posy one. I think that looks really pretty. And so I think you could do a whole cluster of these and you could have lots and lots of fun. Okay, and now we're going to do, oh, I was going to do one in spruce. All right, we're going to do one last one together. Now I'm going to go light to dark. I think that's my favorite. Oh, and then we're going to color a bucket so I can show you a couple ways to do the bucket. So this is small enough you can color the whole thing. If you're doing the big flower, I colored about half and then finished that half and then I colored the other half. Okay. And then, oh, they're just so cute. And so I'm going to do again like where the petals meet and the edges. And I can't remember, I watched Patty Bennett and the other lady I watched, I do not, I'm going to just go back with the light again, remember what her name was, but I was watching her color and I was like, oh, look at that. She's the one who taught me the flick technique, where you kind of flick the color instead of do circles, and I like to do both. Okay, and I think that's good. So there is another one. So we made, look at that, in like 15 minutes or less, and that's with me jibber jabbering, we made a bunch of succulents. Okay, so now where are my buckets? I'm gonna give you another tip on buckets, and you can use this bucket tip on any other kind of object, and even on animals, like when you want to make them look more full or more rounded. So I'm gonna do one in, I like this cinnamon, but let's try Cajun. Cinnamon is the one I already did. Let's try Cajun, because what is it, like a terracotta pot? This might work. Okay, let me get my buckets here so I can show you. So this bucket, I did the highlighting in the middle. This bucket, I did it more like the sun's coming this way, so it's darker, and then it's, actually the sun would be coming this way, I think. It would be lighter, and then it's darker where the sun isn't. And then I did the little trim. So that's kind of fun. So we're going to do one in Cajun, and then we're going to do one in like, I don't know, maybe peacock or some kind of cool color, so it'll be a little bit different. All right, so here we go. I'm going to do, I like this one the best, where it came to the side. So here's your little flick technique. You just flick it, and I'm going to do those, you know what, I'm going to go ahead just to make it easier, do those the same color instead of giving them a different color. Okay, so I'm doing that, and then I'm going to do the edge and lightly outline it. And then I'm going to outline the bottom and outline the top. And you know I'm going to go out of the lines because I'm doing this on a video. Yep. Okay, and then let's do that with some light Cajun. And since it's a bigger area, I'm going to use the brush tip still. And I'm definitely not an expert, and my coloring is getting better and better the more I do it. So just know that that's going to happen for you. Sometimes you might do this at first and you're like, well, what in the world? I've got like 2 tones going on. You know, it doesn't blend. It just takes practice. And sometimes you're going to get a really good one. And then the very next one is, oh wait, I wanted to do the brush thing. Then the very next one is going to come out like not good. So now I'm just blending this. Oh, sorry, this is the color lifter. So I'm kind of filling it in with that. And it's going to take away some of the color. And I'm trying not to take too much. Sometimes I get a little too enthusiastic and I take too much away. And then you see where I'm out of the lines there, but... And I'm out of the lines there. Wow. I will say in my own defense, I'm standing up. I normally color sitting down. But for the video, I think my head would be under here, so I'm attempting not to do that. Okay, so there's that way. I think that looks like a nice little pot, except for the part where I went out of the line. And then the color lifter, I just, like a blender pen or an aqua painter, just rub it on your paper. Make sure it's clean. Let's see if I can get rid of some of this. I don't know if I can or not. Good, good, good. All right. Okay, I'm happy with that. I will die cut, oh, let's see if I can get this part. I will die cut that out and use that pot. Okay, now let's go a little crazy and try a different color. So I was thinking, yeah, I was thinking peacock. Like you might buy a, and I'll try to make the highlighted part in the middle. I'll try. I'm still newer to this technique, but I am definitely having fun with it. All right, and I'm just gonna color the whole thing too, so let's see. So I'm gonna do this whole rim though. All the way across. And I'm gonna go with that. You know what? You're gonna laugh. I'm a right goer, so if you turn it upside down. Oops, you saw me got all the lines there, huh? Okay. And then I'm gonna turn it back around because I'm making it so it'll be highlighted in the middle. Okay. And let's do that middle part. And I'm just going to bring it in from both sides. Oops, I missed a spot there. Because eventually I want the little lines to go away. And then part of it, which I'm not always good at, is waiting. Right? I'm like, oh, I gotta do more. I gotta do more. But I'm gonna wait and let that sit just a little bit. And I'm gonna give it a little bit of color lifter down here, down the middle. And there we go. So there, isn't that a pretty color pot? I think we should make, I don't think I have any more stamped succulents. I think some pretty peacock succulents would look really good. Yeah, I think all the ones I've stamped I've colored. So there is my little tutorial on how to do very basic, like, I mean, we just brushed the surface, but nice and quick coloring so that you can make your cards, okay? If you do have questions about Stampin Blends, let me know. You can ask me all the questions you want about this stamp set, but you can't order it till January. I think it's January 3rd, January 4th, something like that. It is super, super cute. I think you're going to love it. But, you know, I thought it'd be fun because I was going to color a Christmassy thing, but sometimes it's good to take a break from Christmas. So, yeah. So there's our little succulents. There are Stampin Blends. And I think that's it. I think we're good to go. Thank you so much for joining me. It always makes me happy to know that you're here, whether you watch this live or you're going to watch it later on the replay on YouTube or here on Facebook. If you're interested in any of the classes, I talked about those at the beginning of the video, the banner class, the Gnome class, and the Curvy Celebration class. Let me know, and that'll get us through November. Yeah, I think that's all. So I hope you have a wonderful evening and set yourself up for a really great week. And I will see you next time. Stay crafty.